There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head, murdering me. I want them sentenced to fucking death, you hear me? They're encouraging the men to abuse and murder. They're serial killers. They're on the loose. They murdered Mark and Jacob Iskander. They murdered Bernadette Orozco, David Basile, Daniel Atkins, a girl that was with him. They murdered Shady, Kiro, CK, CJ, Thomas, Jerry. They murdered Aaliyah, Florence Joyner Jr., Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and everyone that was on that plane. They murdered, who else? Their organization of terrorists, obviously. They murdered, Jesus Christ. There's a lot more. Miriam's parents, Amina and Sarah Saad. There was a girl in New Jersey, Nasra. There was a girl at the back of the bus in the UK that she was an Egyptian girl, got beat up to death in the back of the bus. Literally got beat up to death. And that's all that I can remember for now.
George, over here.
So they're using a weapon of mass destruction. And that's what they're using to talk into my head. And these weapons can basically turn a person into a human robot and control them. I want these, for whatever reason, they can't control me, so they're trying to manipulate me into doing drugs and sleeping around and acting negligent and irresponsible to my daughter and to my responsibilities, which I would never in a million years do. So I just want to say I want them sentenced to death. This has been ongoing for 7 years, screaming in my head. They've been screaming in my head. I want these, and laughing and making my hair fall out, making me dizzy, making me confused, by shocking my brain with like these electrical signals, rewiring my brain. I mean, the things that they've done to me are endless. Just making my face swell, making my stomach swell after I came out of surgery, drugging my daughter. I had, because of them screaming in the middle of the night, I went to my doctor and he told me, I said, none of the medications you're prescribing me are working. He said, well, what about medicinal marijuana? You want to try it? And I said, well, I guess I could. And so I bought a bag of the edibles and I went and I put it in my underwear drawer. And why would my daughter go into my underwear drawer and find them? So she finds them and she eats like 4 or 5 gums. She's like, Mom, this is how innocent it was. And she's like, Mom, and obviously I don't do drugs because of the way it's presented. She's like, Mom, you were hiding this from us, So she just thought it was candy because otherwise she would have known it wasn't. And she was like, you were hiding this from us. And of course I was like, oh my God. So I ran her to the hospital. And of course, that was the last time I saw that edibles in my house. That was that. And the only people that knew that those were there were the terrorists talking in my head. Aside from that, it was just like And then CPS came because she told her dad, and of course her dad was mad at me. It was just like a whole mess of things. The terrorists talking in my head, I promise to God that these bitches they're serial killers. I want them sentenced to fucking death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're fucking talking in my fucking head. I want them sentenced to fucking death. They're out to murder me and my daughter. And they've been saying it, and they continue to say it, and they don't want me telling people that I hear them in my head. I want them to fucking die. I want the women to fucking die. Point blank, period.